She replaced me after 10 years. My revenge changed everything. 10 years I gave to that company. I stayed late, I skipped vacations, I trained the people who eventually replaced me. And the day I found out, I didn't cry, I didn't yell, I just smiled, because I had already prepared for this moment. My name doesn't matter. What matters is this. I was the first employee at a mid-sized marketing agency in Chicago. I helped build it from 7 people to over 200. The CEO, let's call him Daniel, used to say I was the backbone of the company. I wasn't just an employee, I was the person who remembered every client's birthday, who stayed until midnight before every major pitch, who mentored 12 junior employees over the years, including Sarah. Sarah joined 3 years ago, young, ambitious, charming. I was the one who trained her. I taught her our systems, our clients, our language. I vouched for her when people doubted her. I thought we were friends. It started with small things, meetings I wasn't invited to, strategy documents I found out about secondhand. Then one Thursday, Daniel called me in. He was awkward, couldn't look me in the eye. He said the company was restructuring, that my role was being eliminated, that they were, and I quote, moving in a new direction. I asked who would be leading the department. He paused. It was Sarah, the woman I trained, the woman I vouched for. She had been quietly lobbying for my position for 6 months. She had been holding private dinners with board members. She had been slowly, carefully, methodically replacing me, while smiling in my face every single day. I found out later that she had forwarded my private emails to Daniel, emails where I had voiced frustrations about certain clients. She had framed me as a liability. I had 2 weeks' notice and a standard severance package. I went home that night and I made a list. Here's what most people don't know about working at a company for 10 years. You know where every skeleton is buried. I knew which clients were unhappy and why. I knew which contracts had renewal clauses that nobody had bothered to read. And most importantly, I knew that 3 of our top clients had personal relationships with me, not with the agency. The first thing I did, I reached out to Marcus, our biggest client. We'd worked together for 7 years. I told him I had left and was starting independent consulting. He moved his entire account within 30 days. That was $2.2 million in annual revenue. Gone. The second thing, I contacted a competitor agency and offered them a full briefing on our pipeline strategy, completely legally using only publicly available information and my own expertise. They hired me as a senior consultant. The third thing, and this is the one that hurt Daniel the most, I called every junior employee I had mentored over the years. 6 of them left within 3 months and joined my new firm. Within a year, Sarah was managing a team half the size she'd been promised, with half the budget, and clients who didn't trust her. And Daniel? He called me 8 months later, asked if I'd consider coming back. I told him my consulting rate was 4 times my old salary. He said he'd think about it. He never called back, but I didn't need him to. The best revenge isn't dramatic. It's not a confrontation in a parking lot. It's not a viral post that burns bridges. The best revenge is building something they can't take away from you. Sarah got my title. She never got my relationships, my reputation, or my decade of real experience. If you're going through something like this right now, document everything. Protect your client relationships. And remember, the people who underestimate you are giving you the most powerful advantage possible. What would you have done in my position? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to hear the story of how I handled the board member who tried to block my new business, subscribe. That story is coming next week.